In this video, I will demonstrate how to create a silk gazar material procedurally with Substance Sampler. Substance Sampler creates fabrics from the ground up in a very intuitive and user-friendly way. In general, when the task is to make many fabric variations or iterations, to design a fabric on a structural yarn level, to recreate complex fabrics, or to create flexible fabrics by use of exposed parameters, this is my go-to technique. On the other hand, I prefer to capture with the image-to-material method when digitizing existing physical fabrics. So let's get started. In an empty sampler project, I add a cloth weave filter. The cloth weave filter is a comprehensive tool with which you can create most any woven fabric by use of parameters. To reconstruct a silk gazar fabric, I select the 2 steps basket weave. There are a few kinds of silk gazar, but the one I am trying to recreate here from a reference photo looks like a basket weave. I set the size multiplier to 10 and turn on lock weave to size multiplier. This will tile the unit weave 10 times, and it will make sure it works as expected at that scale. The height scale in the viewport is too high, so I reduce it to view my results correctly. This is a preview setting and does not affect the final result. I adjust the fiber's tension to make the weave less strict and more realistic. I leave the default warp width intact. I set the thread to yarn threefold and the fiber finish to anisotropic synthetic, which I feel better represent my fabric photo reference. I set the same color, thread, and color finish for the weft too. I finally increase the imperfection intensity in the advanced options to further enhance realism through randomness. As in the previous example, here too I expose several parameters so I can control them later after applying the material to my model in Substance Painter, Substance Stager, or any other program with a substance integration. Exposed parameters are a way to keep materials non-final and flexible even after they have been applied to a model. They can be changed at any time to create distinct variations on a material or to fine-tune its appearance. Clicking the pin next to the parameter exposes that parameter so that it is saved when exporting a material to an SPSAR package. When the SPSAR will be opened in another application, its exposed parameters will also be present. In the Exposed Parameters window, I can preview and rename all currently exposed parameters, as well as adjust their default values. In the Metadata section, I can name my material, as well as give it tags, a physical size, and parameters for use in a cloth simulation application like CLO. In general, the Metadata window allows for the recording of data in the SPSAR that can be read by other applications. I can now send the material to any other Substance app or export it as an SPSAR or texture maps. SPSAR packages are saved with all exposed parameters and metadata created in Sampler. This concludes parametric fabric authoring with Substance Sampler. In the next video, I will cover fabric capture from a photo with Substance Designer.